Hello, in today's video we're going to talk about routine and its miraculous power. So one of the biggest lessons of the last few years was that you can run but you can't hide from yourself. Now, I'm the kind of person who loves change, thrives on change. I love change probably too much, and when I try new things I feel alive and excited, and so in order to have that feeling I used to search continuously for new things to do, new things to eat, new things to see. I moved from one country to another thinking that the next one is going to be the one, but it wasn't. I always had this subconscious pull to just run into the distance, just disappear, escape. And I felt suffocated if I was stuck in one place in a long time, especially if it was a small town. And then I realized that the problem wasn't the location, it wasn't the environment, it wasn't the people, it wasn't the circumstances. The problem was me. It was all inside me. And I decided to start working on it. So my way of working on it was by creating routines. Routines everywhere, in everything I could. And that made the biggest difference to the quality of my life. You see, the biggest benefit of building routines is that creating routines and maintaining them and following them actually makes you very mindful and present, and is something that we really lack in the 21st century. So I set the target for myself to build routines everywhere I could and force myself to stick to them, even if it was really hard, really boring. Just force myself to stick to them to the point where I finally start enjoying it, and where I start seeing things and doing new things and doing always the same things. Every day my husband and I go for a walk, and before this challenge I always wanted to go to different places, and if I couldn't I felt suffocated. But I said to myself, okay, we're going to go on the same route every 30 minutes because we just can't go anywhere else. I need to find a way to enjoy this, and this will be one of the best exercises to make myself appreciate what I have. So that's what we started doing. So we have this little route just around our neighborhood which takes us 30 minutes. The dog loves it. It's boring, there's nothing to see, there's no nature, nothing really, it's just boring neighborhood. But I forced myself to do it every single day, and now we've been doing it for a few months, pretty much every single day, always the same route. And guess what? I've been enjoying it. And until this challenge, I couldn't do the same route for 2 or 3 days in a row because I was getting seriously claustrophobic. So it works. Now I kind of look forward to that walk, because when you always do the same route, you're not distracted by new things, new people, new buildings, new objects. You are completely mindful and present with your thoughts, with your partner walking, and you can really think and come up with new creative ideas or just meditate. It's really like my daily walking meditation, and it's brilliant. So when you always do the same thing but you're mindful and you are very focused on finding something nice about it, you really start seeing things that you never noticed before. You start smelling more, hearing more, you hear the birds that you never heard before. It's just like a completely different experience, and you become so much more appreciative of everything that is around you in your life. And when you start finding new things in doing the same things all the time, that's when you know that you really mastered mindfulness. The next reason why I love building routines so much is that it makes you less stressed, because let's face it, making decisions is a very stressful experience, and we have to make a lot of decisions every single day. So if we can minimize that decision making process, our stress levels will go down dramatically. And it's not my idea. A lot of famous people have said it, a lot of psychologists have said it. Obama has actually said it many times. Also, Mark Zuckerberg always wears the same shirt because that minimizes his decisions every morning. So it really, really works, especially in the morning. As soon as you wake up, if you have a little ritual, the routine that you do every single day that grounds you, focuses you, and energizes you every single morning, it's going to make such a difference for the rest of your day. So doing things like journaling, exercising, meditation, kind of like the miracle morning, is such a great way to start your day. So routines I've been working on are things like going for that same walk of 30 minutes every single day, going to bed and waking up at the same time, having regular meal times, cleaning my home every single Saturday, having a little cleaning session every morning, making sure my kitchen is clean and ready for the next day, just before I go to bed every single night, daily exercising, daily meditation. All these little things actually make such a huge difference. I never knew. I'm a Vata in Ayurveda, which is very unstable, hates anything to do with routines. So I struggled with that so much. But the fact is that having routines is actually what gives me that stability and what balances my Vata. So I'm not perfect at building routines. I'm still work in progress. I'm still really struggling with going to bed on time, waking up early, eating meals on time, but I've mastered so many others and I'm still working on the rest of them. On my way, on my journey to building all these routines, I learned a few lessons that I want to share with you in this video. So the first lesson is to not try to create more than one habit at a time, because it's just not going to happen. You're going to burn out, you're going to give up, and nothing will happen. So always stick to just building one habit, and when you've stuck to it for 21 days or 30 days, for around a month, then you know that the habit has stuck. Then you can move on to the next one. But don't be a person who wants to do everything at the same time. It's not going to happen. Now the second thing is to be really patient and loving and understanding with yourself. Don't expect to be perfect. Nobody is. You'll make mistakes, you'll fail, but just come back to where you left off and continue, and you'll be fine. We all give up, we all go back, but as long as we are making progress, that's fine. Also, it will feel very uncomfortable, almost unbearable at the beginning, but that's just part of the process. It will seem like you will never be able to enjoy the routine. It will seem like you'll always hate it, you'll always have to force yourself, but you'll be surprised how quickly that routine becomes your second skin. Just stick with it, and I promise you that in around 3-4 weeks, it's going to be part of your life. And also don't expect the routine to be enjoyable. It's not there to be enjoyable if your mindset is not in it. What I mean is that if you go into building routines thinking that you hate routines, it's not going to work for you, it is not going to work for you. But if you program yourself that you're going to find something interesting and new in every single thing that you do, I promise you that you will find something interesting in every single thing you do, even the most mundane tasks. So mindset is everything. When you're surrounded by routines everywhere, by little rituals everywhere in your life, your body will be able to relax, because it's finally going to know when it's going to get fuel, when it's going to get some rest, and will not be in fear anymore. So you'll be so much healthier, and especially if you are yourself on a healing journey like me, you'll find that it's so balancing for you to create these little rituals. Also, if you have anxiety, it's extremely relaxing to build routines, because again, it sends a message to your mind and to your body that you're fine, you're in control, everything's going according to plan, and there's no reason to stress. Running is easier until you realize that there's nowhere else left to run. And then what? It happened to me. I was living in London, I wasn't happy. I thought that moving to a subtropical island, a perfect destination, is going to make me happy. Guess what? Here I was, more depressed than ever. It didn't work. And I realized that there was nowhere else to run, because I was literally in the most beautiful, most perfect destination, and yet I was more unhappy than ever. So I have stopped running, and have you? Let me know what your experience and your relationship with creating routines and running away from routines is. Let me know whether you like routines or you hate routines. Let's discuss down in the comments, and I hope that this video gave you a bit of food for thought. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!